All I know, time is a valuable thing. Watch fly by as the pendulum swings. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Xaereth Prevails, a Grand Arena story. Folks, we are skipping ahead a little bit in the GAC videos because I'm getting behind once again, and I just can't show all the videos. And the last two matches were a little, the first one I just like had this crazy fluke. I don't know if it was in a fluke, but I failed against Lord Vader, and I failed so much that I couldn't even clear the front zone, and that's not what I would consider to be a riveting match. I will try to put out some footage of that in some video or other, but I did lose that one. And then the second one, I also lost. However, that one I crashed, and I am convinced that if I had actually not crashed in a vital fight against Jabba, that I would have actually ended up winning that one. However, I didn't win either of those, and neither of them were what I would consider interesting, and I want to make videos about things I find interesting. So, we lost our last two. That put us out of the top 100, which is unfortunate. It feels bad, and this one, it starts off not the very best, I'll say that. Let's jump into it, though. I'm much more interested in this video, I guess you might say. Let's see what the situation is. Facing a person named Brilliant Randy. He's quite brilliant. I think for a while his name was just Brill, but that's what everyone's name is. So, you can see I have a lot of green here, actually, which is crazy. I'm not really used to that, honestly. I'm beating him on, most of the major things, actually. And here is his defense. He plays Lord Vader, Jabba, and Rey, as well as Malgus in the bottom front, which is charming. You guys will have to see my defenses, though. I'm going to flip-flopping my order a little bit. So it's top, front, General Skywalker, Luke Skywalker, Traya team with Hondo and Savage, which is intriguing, and Mothra. You can see my defenses here, guys. I changed things up considerably. I've had, for the longest time, I've had that Qui-Gon Jinn team on defense. It is now on offense, as well as Kenobi. In exchange, we've played Jabba in the back zone. This time, we're keeping that good DR and Malgus split that I've really been enjoying, with Savage going with DR in the back, and then Commander Luke as well here. And then I do have the murder bots as well. They're hanging out with the OG droid commander, which is Jedi Training Rey, and the idea is that they just are really, really fast. They'll get a lot of turns and hopefully demolish things. We also have Phasma as lead with the Hux team and everything with the Phasmacron. It's a pretty strong defense, if you ask me, though. It does keep me a Star Killer, and I have 4 GLs on offense, so I'm going a little heavier on offense. I do think this defense is a little bit more layered. Oh yeah, I have Dash up front. That's the thing that's, it'll have to change next season at the very least, but Dash does some good things, guys, if you have the Kron and everything. So my opponent actually, he messaged me, a really nice guy. He said, oh, I'm going to attack first so I don't get an advantage, which I really appreciate. And he did struggle a little bit on Lord Vader and Dash. He actually, I don't know yet what he used on the Dash team, but he said that the Dash team cost him a lot. And I don't know if that was just in banners or just like the team he was forced to use, but yeah, he lost to the Dash team immediately, and then he got a 45, which means he got a perfect score against it with whatever team he used. And so I was scratching my head a little bit when I saw that. He also, so the top zone, I was pretty sad to see. My top zone, he one-shot for decent banners. Even the murder bots he killed for, I think they'd made him drop 5 banners at least, so ha! And then he one-shot both of my fleets, besides Executor, who took 2 shots, which is actually impressive, but you see his fleet zone. And then, in the back, it seems like he kind of stalled out. He took 2 against Luke, and then to get through Luke, and then took 4 against Jabba. Maybe he tried more after that. I'm not really sure. I don't remember when this was taken. But Jabba one way or another was stopped for at that point, and my opponent hadn't attacked the Jedi, the Darth Revan team, because who has time for that? Ain't nobody got time for that. So folks, if you want to support this channel for free, all you've got to do is like, subscribe, comment, help me mount the algorithm. It would really be helpful. It might be beneficial for you too. You might, if you find yourself mounting for over 12 hours, hang up and dial 911 something. Activate EMS. Haha. That being said, let's get to the fighting. Whoa. Fighting. Alright, here we are, guys. Let's go. Let's do it. So, we're using we're using Supreme Leader Kylo against this Lord Vader. And gosh, they are moving really dang quick. Hold on a sec, guys. Alright, well, I don't know if I just turned up the speed a little bit or what, but one way or another, crew just got destroyed. And, alright, so they've got Thrawn here. The issue with Thrawn, of course, is that he's going to be fracturing quite a bit. And with this Cron, with the Empire Cron that lets you refresh your cooldowns, he's just a fracture machine. And so I did have the foresight this time, and one of my fails, the one that I was telling you about, where it's quite possibly my fault. I didn't swipe the first time against Thrawn, and so when I did the swipe with Supreme Leader Kylo, when I did the swipe, that meant that put the taunt onto Zombie, which meant that Thrawn would fracture Zombie. And so I'm actually, Thrawn is pretty scary to me, and so we want to take care of him. We also really need to take out Canderous if we can, and Maul. I mean, all of them. It's a fairly scary team, and so there it is. Okay, so we killed Canderous. Yay. If we don't kill Thrawn, we will probably be in a lot of trouble. Hopefully I can get Thrawn and Maul, but the answer was actually no, you can't have Maul. He will not die there. And now we're ability blocked, so we can't even do an AoE. I'm frantically trying to get to my ultimate, which is pretty close, but not close enough, and Maul just killed me dead. Not great, guys. Maul there is a pretty scary person, and so we're gonna take a break from that fight because I didn't know what the heck to do. Normally if I can kill Maul, then I'm like, yeah, I'll kill the rest of the ads easy enough. But Maul presents a huge problem. And so we're going to use Inquisition, and I've added some more relic levels to my Inquisitors. They're not just the base relic 5, because I'm trying to get them to 7 for the territory battle. And so by the time lock happened, I had 7 on a couple of them, including 7th Sister and 9th Sister, and then maybe even like a relic or 2 on the others. I don't remember exactly, but that they are more than just the stock relic 5 now. And so we're focusing down Chrysanthemum. Remember, he'll come back eventually. And this was the fight actually that I lost when I was telling you guys about the key crash. I was like, okay, I had even killed Chrysanthemum twice. I was doing well, and then it crashed, and then I was like, well, ended up clearing Jabba, but I couldn't clear Malgus. It was a whole mess, guys. I'm considering making like just a short video of like this is what you, I don't know, this is some things that I learned from that match. We'll see if I can get around to it. There's just so many videos I want to make, guys, and we're coming up on Inquisition being used pretty soon. Like, we're going to need to make a lot of Inquisition guides here pretty soon, because they're a thing. They are really important. So, alright, once Jabba finally gets a turn, Chrysanthemum will come back, but right now, Chrysanthemum's still not back. Because we finally, we took a lot of turns, gained a lot, we had so much turn meter, and one of the important things to note here, guys, is when you steal turn meter with anyone, then they get that bonus protection. It's not protection up, the buff, like Jabba has right now. It's bonus protection, and that's the same as like Rey's bonus protection or Nest's. Like, you can't dispel it, it's just there until you clear your way through it. So this is only relic 8 on Jabba, which surprised me. My opponent only, he had relic 9 on Chrysanthemum and 8 on Jabba, and I actually think that's the correct order to do it in fact, but you only do that if you're planning on for sure getting Jabba and Chrysanthemum both to 9. But if you have to do one, then the other. I think Chrysanthemum first is my opinion. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Keep bumping my squeaky desk. That's what happened in my video the other day. People thought it was a fire alarm. Anyways, this Jabba is not as thick as other versions that I've faced. So, or maybe I just had more time to work through them, or maybe I got good RNG. Who knows? But I one-shot it, which was fantastic. And then, gosh, okay, so I decided, all right, we have to use something to kill these ads. And Maul's a little bit squishy. Why don't we just try to take out Maul with a Jedi Revan team? Like, this is just, I didn't really think I had a specific need for this Revan team. And if we could take out Maul, then things would be wonderful. And we did, in fact, kill Maul, and things were, in fact, wonderful. Except for Revan, he's a little bit sad right now, you can tell. But, might as well just try to get Royal Guard as well. I mean, there's not much point in not trying to just snipe him out. Yeah, so they're dying in droves, as will happen against Lord Vader, Lord Emo Kid, and yeah, so Revan's gone. Barris died of sadness, which is warranted. And this is actually in the Senate Hall, which is actually pretty good. In the Senate Chambers, or whatever it is. Okay, so my chat actually gave me a lot of flack for this. They were like, at first they were like, don't do this, this is terrible. Don't take only 3 bounty hunters here. And I was like, guys, listen, we do this all the time in 3s. This actually does work in 3s very consistently. And that they still didn't want me to do it. But what I reminded them is, if you look at Fennec's lead, you actually get extra offense for her based off of who isn't on the team, like based on how many empty slots there are. And so she's the one who's doing the damage. The other 2 are just there to facilitate, and maybe Beskar Mando or something would help, but my Beskar Mando's actually on a team with Rey, and so I didn't want to mess with that too much. And yeah, 32. We actually even got most of our, we got our most of our protection banners back and everything. So I think that's the way to do it, guys. If you can just get him alone, that works well. And then I had that would leave a Mandalorian available for desperation snipe with Aura Lead or something like that, if we needed to like finish off a Malgus team or something. So all right, we've got Sith Eternal here. This is a really strange thing. I did manage to get 3 stacks of Beskar onto Sith Eternal there with armor, because this team is weird. It's got R2-D2, which gives Rey extra offense, of course. It's got Ben, and then it's got Queel and IG, which, I mean, Queel and IG have some good synergy with R2-D2, and R2-D2, of course, has some good synergy with everyone else. Like, it's a weird comp, though, because just because it's so different from what I normally face. And so my Sith Eternal here, the whole goal is to just get ultimate, and once we get ultimate, then we can fry all the people and hopefully navigate our way through this team. Yeah, so we linked Rey, not because she has a ton of protection, but because she goes so often, it helps us get more of our ultimate charge. And then IG just does have a ton of protection that we can steal with Sith Eternal. Remember, the extra Beskar seems like it'll work really nicely for Sith Eternal, and it does because he gets to hit back. He has Retribution now, but doing crits, like the only real... Look at this, I actually ended up getting a second armor shred with armor, which is pretty unheard of. I don't think I've ever seen that, but that's because this whole team has only one person doing any kind of damage, and that's Rey. Anyways, so look at this. Okay, so I relinked Ben here, or to Ben, and I made a... I don't know if this was the blunder or not, actually. I decided to use the fry button, but Rey was in the... Well, she was in the yellow until the move right before, like just the one right before, and that meant that Ben couldn't be killed because she healed herself to yellow, or from yellow to green, and so Ben was unkillable, which was my mistake, I suppose. And I realized here I only had a minute and a half because all of my other characters were taking so frickin' long to actually take turns. Like, no one was dying, and therefore I couldn't focus Rey down. And so, all right, we gotta zap Kylo here, and he didn't actually have any Omicrons on him, which probably saved me a little bit from my earlier blunder. And finally I killed the two ads, which meant that hopefully we could at least, use Mon Mothma to finish Rey off if necessary or something. Ended up frying her on her own turn, 52 banners, and I was actually fairly happy to get rid of those two Geos. I was like, well, thank you for finally dying. Alright, we've got Mace here as the 5th on our team, on our EP Mara Starkiller team, and we're just trying to throw bombs here for a little bit, trying to just debuff everyone as much as we can, and hopefully get Darth Talon out of the way as well. So use the Dispel here so that Talon can get rid of her stealth, whether she likes it or not. Forcible removal of stealth may have multiple side effects, such as death by Emperor Palpatine's lightning. So we got rid of Talon, which is nice. And one thing I'll note is that my last couple matches were against people with all the relics, which were like Relic 9 on Malak, Relic 9 on Malgus, 8 on Basti and Darth Revan. Just kind of insane compositions here. And now we don't have that as much. It's kind of like my opponent has Relic 7 on Malak, and I was like, man, this is actually achievable here. Except Starkiller's like almost dead. He's right on the ragged edge here, which isn't great. So hopefully he stays alive, but who knows. And alright, let's dispel that taunt on Malgus. Try to take out Dark Basti. There we go. Alright, and now we need to be calling Starkiller to assist so that he can get his Star Destroyer of Healing. And there it is. Star Destroyer of Healing is here. And no longer are Malak or Malgus, for that matter. We got 63 banners. Star Destroyer of Healing coming in clutch. Starkiller's been an okay match against Malgus. Honestly, if you know what you're doing, it works pretty well. If you don't, well, then sorry. Alright, so they've got this Commander Luke team. They have a ton of tenacity on them, but I have a Datacron that has a ton of potency on it, so I thought maybe the two would negate each other. And then they kept trying to target General Grievous, which is actually fairly terrifying, because they also rewrote the AI here, because Luke at this point would have paid his extortion. We put extortion on him, and finally he did, but normally it takes him way longer to do it, and so that was a little bit frustrating. Meanwhile, we don't have much time left, and we keep not landing any of our target locks, which is fairly problematic, actually. We really need to get those target locks going. That's the lifeblood of this team. So remember, we're targeting people with target locks when it's not B1, so the B1 can assist and get you more turn meter. And then, okay, finally we get some target locks, because remember, General Grievous does ramp target lock over time. So, okay, alright, cool. Finally got through him. Killed Nute, though, which wasn't cool. That ain't sweet, man. Alright, what did we end up with? 58. We dropped 7 banners. All things considered, with all that tenacity on that team, I guess we got out. Okay. Alright, we have Qui-Gon here. I decided to use my Qui-Gon team with the full Jedi Master Kenobi and Snips. The full complement, and I was like, okay, if you guys just kill Qui-Gon right away, then we'll be good. We'll heal up, we'll get most of our banners, and call it good. But they kept just not killing Qui-Gon, which I guess is a thing. I very rarely use Qui-Gon on offense these days, just because he does so well on defense, honestly. But there have been a few new comps lately that people have killed this team too easily, and so I'm pulling it for offense a little bit more now. Anyways, I guess we may as well just go for it here, guys. Doesn't look like Qui-Gon's gonna die. And alright, 60 banner. I was hoping for 62, frankly. I was hoping Qui-Gon would die and we'd get 62. But alright, not too bad. Alright, we've got a Traya squad with I put Shore Trooper here just because I knew I was gonna eat a bunch take a bunch of hits from that TIE Fighter pilot initially. And then one thing I didn't foresee, like, this is so strange, like Jedi Training Rey right alongside Sith Empire Trooper taunting, and we have to deal, the thing that we have to deal with here is TIE Fighter pilot just constantly, every single turn, just taking a bonus turn and doing his AoE or whatever he's doing. And you know, he's just taking all his turns, and he's got foresight all the time. It's a fairly annoying team, in fact. But then Traya's like, hey, I'm sick of you not having 3 lightsabers in your face. So she changed the narrative real quick. And then at some point, guys, watch Sidious do something really surprising. Like I was like, oh man, that's crazy. Just very, very impressive young fellow. Sometimes he's not. Sometimes you're like, what would you say you do here other than cackle madly? But yeah, I mean, this team, there's not much hope for that squad, honestly, for this squad at all. Okay, look at Sidious just one-shotting Set there. I mean, I guess we got rid of the protection, so probably the health wasn't as impressive, but still, I'm not used to him actually doing anything of any sort other than just like sometimes taking some hits. I guess they changed a bug a while ago to make him a little bit more viable, but alright. 58 banners. It's been ugly, guys. It's a slugfest for sure, but we're getting through it. And okay, so Jedi Master Luke, how could we preserve as many banners as we can? He's got a Relic 5 Savage, so let's just take out Savage real quick. No problem. We have plus 50% protection on this Datacron, and so that really helps, actually. And you know, we want to take out, really want to take out Hondo, because I don't know what the hell Hondo does. He just takes people prisoner and stuff, I guess. Like, I'm farming him right now, actually, so hopefully we can start getting some good theory craft going with him. But yeah, right now I guess oh no, he's isolated. That Jedi Master Luke's isolated is what was happening. And now Nihilus, we can just kill him when we want, because he actually just you know, he'll just try to annihilate Luke. But yeah, Hondo looks like a lot of fun. I think he's gonna be more fun in 3s, to be honest, guys. Hopefully I'll have him up and ready for 3s. I think he kills some Malgus comps, should be fun. That being said, okay, 63, and we're about through squads, I think. Yeah, okay, so General Skywalker, and this is why I felt okay not taking General Kenobi or Snips, because you can just do, I've always loved the idea of just using Kenobi and Cat to kill General Skywalker. Usually, I don't have that team available on offense, though, to be able to just casually kill General Skywalker. I mean, as crazy as it is, this guy placed a pretty tough defense. We still had 2 Galactic Legends in the late game of clearing things, so I mean, now it just takes a while, guys, to get through 5s, and I was like, man, really don't want like Plo to die or Aura, not just Aura, whatever her name is, Ayla, and so yeah, let's get our ult here. Plo's like, I can't give anyone turn meter, womp womp. Yeah, he's not doing great, so I decided this is taking too long. Let's just kill 5s, and then we'll pop the ult. And I also didn't want to get Executed, actually. That was another big deal. So Ayla's here, just stunning the whole town, which is great. Do the AoE from Plo for funsies, because he's Relic 7 and loves it. is what I hear. I don't actually know how much he loves it, but yeah. Ayla's actually been fairly instrumental here, just putting stuns on everyone. At the end of the day, we get a 66 on General Skywalker. Feels good. Then they have Mon Mothma, and then I think at least one team in the bottom zone. Yeah, okay, so let's get to the fleet zone. We still have our Iden squad. May as well. Just, I don't know, people like to put their Mon Mothma squad on defense so much these days, and at some point people will realize that Mon Mothma is an incredibly versatile, amazing team for offense that we didn't even use this match, but someday people will realize anyways that Mon Mothma is more than just Iden bait, you know? I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, I love it that people put Mon Mothma on defense. Actually, it's very similar to people putting Grievous on defense, because that means that they don't have that extra versatility, and it means you can delete them with a few different teams. And if you get desperate, if I was desperate here, I could just use Jawas with, like, Stormtrooper Han lead, or if I hadn't used her yet, Barriss, and I'd kill at least half the team, probably. And then, you know, it's an easy cleanup. If I was in desperation mode. Like, it's not a team that just gets a ton of holds. So this back zone, guys, look at his fleets. He has the 2 middle finger fleets, and then he has Negotiator as well. So first we gotta clear this AdRad squad. Yeah, the Negotiator's team is crazy. Actually, like those 3 fleets in the back zone, it's very impressive that they cleared my fleet zone so cleanly. We'll have to see what he used, actually, but okay, so we gotta kill AdRad here, and Bad Batch just... There's no one better at the fish fry than Bad Batch, you know? He doesn't have his Omicron on AdRad, so it's just even a little bit easier to take him out, though, I mean, it's not difficult even with the Omicron. This is another team that we didn't use on offense this time, but I like having him in my back pocket for offense against a lot of different teams. You guys will see it in the next round, I think. AdRad comes in clutch at least one time. Okay, so we cleared fleets. We cleared everything but fleets. And looking at the final score here, now the new follower thing is blocking it. We basically needed 40 banners or something like that. So that means just like one fleet that we have to kill. Alright, so let's do the Executrix versus Profundity match that we all know and love at this point. Wonderful. And there goes my Emperor Shuttle, or not, eventually my Emperor Shuttle, but my B-28 Sith Bomber. Alright, set everyone on fire, wonderful. Please, at least let me kill the Y-Wing. Okay, killed the Y-Wing. Now let's kill Outrider if we can. Outrider? I hardly even know her. There goes the Emperor's Shuttle, which is kind of sad to see that, honestly. Alright, let's get some buffs going. We can set everyone on fire again. Gosh, and then he's taunting. And then he's in stealth. Don't love it, guys. Okay, let's dispel all the things. And now taunting again. Not great. Not great. Okay, killed Outrider. And we're pretty close here, actually, guys. We're pretty close. Let's just finish him off. Kill Ghost if we can. Oh, we can't target anyone else but someone that will miss. And, okay, if we do the AoE, hopefully kills Ghost. Good. Good. Now let's try to kill Phantom. And then, right as we were about to get our ultimate, they got theirs. And that means we're going to have to try cleaning up at some point. Because once they get their ultimate, our team just crumbles. Even if we had good health and protection, it just dies. They get all the turns and all of the things, and it's pretty depressing. Real close there. Yeah, okay, so let's use our Negotiator counter versus Executor. Gotta kill IG-88 first if we can, or IG-2000, sorry. And now we got, there's this crucial part here, guys. If we can kill Xanadu Blood fairly easily, then we'll be in good. We'll be in a good place. So get Snips in, try to one-shot. Good, we killed Xanadu. So that means we should probably just win now, right? Except Slave 1 comes in instead of, like almost rather have Home 1. Or, sorry, have Houndstooth come in. Gosh, and then he does that AoE that just wrecks everyone. Horrifying. Just horrifying. Okay, so we got through him. At least he he didn't get full healed by Executor. Like we evaded that. Okay, put Retribution on everyone. Can we just kill Razor Crest before Houndstooth comes in is the question. The answer, obviously, at this point is no, we can't. So, let's see if we can kill Houndstooth. Pretty easy. And this is where it would be really nice to have 5s here instead of that Y-Wing. Send in some bombers. They don't do too much. I'm not used to having to do the basic with Negotiator. Because usually someone's dead. Like, all of my starting characters or ships are still alive, actually. So, no reinforcements yet. Okay, do the AoE. And then just as things are starting to look good, they suddenly look terrible again. And then they full heal Houndstooth just for funsies. Kill Anakin. And then I put it on 300 speed. 300 times speed. 300% speed. Something about 300. Like, this is Sparta, this is madness kind of speed. Because it's just this long, depressing trail of all of my capital ships apparently just wanted to get destroyed by my opponent's capital ships. Woe is me, right? Poor old Xaereth, hapless victim. And now we're just going to time out. And apparently I just kept that the recording of it, but it's going at 300% speed. So you only have to wait like 20 seconds. Anyways, the thing that kept going through my head was, what if we fail to kill his Negotiator as well? What if we just lose this match because I can't clear a single fleet? Because I'd have both of my good fleets on defense, my 2 best fleets. So, alright, let's use resistance here. Try to get a quick little, I don't know, a quick win, if we can. You know, we at least need to kill Executor, and I do have Chimera. So what we could do here is, as long as we've already lost, well, let's see, we've lost once, I guess, to this fleet. So it would be much preferred to be able to get a one-shot here. You know, I guess this would be the second shot, but like get the win with Raddus. However, if Raddus has to destroy Executor, then not only will I feel like I can finally kill capital ships sometimes with my own capital ships, but I will also be able to, I can clean it up. Even if I time out here, I can clean it up with Chimera, because Chimera can just hang out with Houndstooth until Chimera gets his ult, which I'll get way faster than Executor will with just Houndstooth there, and Chimera would be able to take out Houndstooth, just delete him one time. So, that being said, I did delete his Raddus here. You get rid of turn meter, or sorry, I got rid of my Raddus and got rid of his Executor. And then he had what's it called? Buff immunity, so he couldn't heal himself. We got him down. So good kill there. And now we see if we can clear these other fleets. So use Malevolence here against his Negotiator, because he can't clear my Jabba. I'm fairly certain. And if he could, he might be able to clear my Sith Empire team, my Darth Revan team. I wasn't sure if he had a team in reserve for that to one-shot it. So, if I could get a one-shot on Negotiator, that would seal the win no matter what he did. Even if he could clear the Darth Revan team, and he was kind of trying to trap me and make me see. I mean, he attacked first, so it'd be fair enough, right? But if he was trying to lure me into a false sense of security, then I would still be able to hopefully get the win. And yeah, so this Negotiator build is problematic on some levels, but I did manage to kill their Anakin at some point, and yeah, we're still getting a little bit gross, to be honest. Gosh, and Plo comes in at the wrong time. Just pretty dirty. Our Hyena Bomber, not looking great. If we can get our ultimate, though, man, that would make things better. Ultimately, that was my goal. Hyena Bomber's dead, DED dead, and it's looking pretty gross here, guys. Actually, that ultimate though, man, ultimates save lives. All right, I decided to just try to kill this Ahsoka here, because she was the other big damage dealer, and those buzz droids on 5s were gonna age well for me at least. Gosh, dodged, freaking dodge, man. All right, can Plo Koon pull it off? decided to try to stun him, but he dodged too. So there we go. All right, 63. Not pretty, but one shot, and now he can't beat me, I think. Decided to try Finalizer here. I thought there was a pretty decent chance of at least killing a couple ships, and then I could just send in Chimera to finish him off. Finish off the lone ship. So, yeah, Finalizer. Look at poor old Silencer, though, man. Silencer is just gone. He's been silenced. Horrific. Terrible result. Just awful. And now it's like, okay, let's see if we can focus anyone down anyways. And they're making us target the Falcon, actually, which I thought was a little bit ironic. Oh, cool, we got the breach thing on it, whatever, the hunted. And look at this, we're real close to killing Falcon here, actually. He's in the red, and we got a shot on him, and couldn't kill him, and then he healed himself, and I mean, that's basically game set match, right? Can we kill the Phantom? No, of course we can't kill the Phantom. F you if you want to kill the Phantom. Like, alright, I guess F me. I don't know what to do. Just die, I guess. So, didn't clear fleets. Pretty embarrassing, guys. You placed a really surprisingly strong fleet zone, and was able to clear mine fairly easily, which, not my favorite thing. However, it looked like I would win unless he could find a way to beat Jabba. So let's go and see what ends up happening, shall we? Let's go. Alright, so he ended up not being able to clear either. Well, I don't even know if he tried against that Darth Revan team. I don't think he did, but we did get the win. Final thoughts, though. So fleets, I've been doing worse than my opponents lately on fleets. I need to figure something out. I think part of it is there's this crazy arms race to just put as many relic levels on pilots as possible in the top levels, and I just haven't been doing that, and it's probably biting me a little bit. Just trying to compete and really not doing well, so we need to figure that out. Lord Vader's also been problematic. I've been generally able to kill most of the ads with Supreme Leader Kylo, even with a ton of dodge on the team, but they just keep wiping me, man. Like I felt fortunate just to kill a couple of those ads, honestly. Yeah, so we got through it. Thank goodness. Killed them all with that Jedi Revan team, and yeah, the rest of the match was okay, but that Darth Revan or the Lord Vader thing was pretty scary. And finally, relics make a pretty big difference, guys. Like facing people with a ton of relic 9s. I mean, maybe that's obvious to you, and usually I try to just play it off as like, oh, we can beat it anyways, because you have a mechanical advantage, then you're fine. And honestly, I'm doing okay. When you're facing some of these teams with like Relic 9 Malak, Relic 9 Malgus, Relic 8 and 9, Darth Revan and Basti, like it, and you're like, well, most of my characters are Relic 5. Like even a mechanical advantage is going to be strained a little bit. So that's what I keep facing lately, is just piles and piles of relics, and this opponent didn't have all that relic advantage, and it just felt noticeably easier on certain matches that were like, oh man, it's gonna be down to the wire. This time was like, oh yeah, okay, we beat them comfortably, the Jabba team, the Malgus team, etc. So anyways, folks, what were your takeaways here? We're 2-2 now for the season. Hopefully we can continue to improve on that and get back in the top 100, maybe even the top 50 at some point. But I'm gonna call it here. Thank you all so much for watching, and remember that in all things, Xaereth prevails.